know that you think you're the coolest one in town, but to me you'll be much cooler when you're 6 feet underground. Some of us are crazy, some are smart and brave. Well, it doesn't really matter, we all end up in the grave. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I'm saying all my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead.
Well, hello, breathers,
And welcome back
to another fabulous
episode of
All My Favorite People Are Dead.
They're dead?
They are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've been dead for a while.
Have they?
Pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay, that doesn't sound like fun.
No,
I guess not.
No.
I guess not. Well, you know what? We all gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
And dead men tell no tales.
No,
But
they do not.
this episode has tales.
And no men.
No men. No men.
No
No
men.
men.
This
No,
is gonna
no
be
women.
This is a weird one.
No men, no women.
We're doing something different.
We are doing very different.
Yeah. Now, when you said you wanted to do this particular subject matter, I'm like, no, I'm gonna cry.
No, you're not going to cry. No,
Okay.
no, because we all know Shannon and I love animals.
Absolutely.
And animals have and always will have a place in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
They serve as companions. They also serve as service in a service capacity.
Indeed.
But I wanted to take a look at some of our favorite cultural four-legged icons.
Who have passed over the rainbow bridge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But they have tails, although they tell no tales.
Okay.
Okay, so I thought we'd do something different. Our four-legged friends. They
Four-legged
deserve honorable mention. We talk about people that have impacted us. I wanted to talk about animals that have impacted us.
Okay. Now,
You won't cry, I promise.
Okay, you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I promise.
Right.
Okay.
As long as we're not talking about previous pets that I've had. Sometimes.
No, yeah, I
You know,
can't.
like,
No, I know,
yeah.
I know. No, these are iconic. Let's start with one of my favorites.
Okay.
His name was Balto.
Balto.
Balto was a black and white. He had socks and a bib, partial white markings on his belly and the tip of his muzzle.
Black and white what?
Fur, fluff. He was a dog.
Oh, he's a dog.
Sorry, did I not say that part?
No.
Balto was a dog.
He was a dog. What kind of dog?
I will tell you.
Okay.
It advanced with age. The white markings around his eyes got, darker when he was older. He had dark brown eyes.
Oh.
He was born in 1919 and died March 14th of 33. He was a husky.
Oh.
He was a sled dog and belonging to musher and breeder Leonard Seppala. We all know I mess up names, but I'm going to pronounce this as Seppala.
Okay.
Balto achieved fame when he led a team of sled dogs driven by Gunnar Cassian on the final leg of the 1925 serum run to Nome, in which the diphtheria antitoxin was transported from Anchorage, Alaska to Niana, Alaska by train, and then to Nome by sled dog, because there was an outbreak of this disease.
Oh.
And the only way to get the serum through was by dog. They couldn't get it through because of the weather. And Balto, yeah, he was the lead dog.
Oh, he's saving lives.
He saved lives.
Oh, good for you, Balto.
January 20 of 1925, doctors realized that the potentially deadly diphtheria epidemic was poised to sweep through Nome, Alaska. The only serum that could stop the outbreak was in Anchorage. The engine of the only aircraft that could quickly deliver the medicine was frozen and wouldn't start. So after considering all other alternatives, officials decided to move the treatment via multiple dog sled teams.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the serum was transported by train from Anchorage to Niana, where the first musher embarked as part of a relay aimed at delivering the serum to Nome. More than 20 different mushers took part, facing a blizzard with minus 23 degree temperature, strong winds. I mean, it was brutal.
Oh, no, thank you.
News coverage of the event was worldwide. He traveled from Nome and arrived at Front Street at 5:30 a.m. and all ambulance after Balto. After Balto had died in 1933, his body was mounted by a taxidermist and donated to the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. All the bottles of all the bodies of antitoxin were intact. Casson handed them over to be thawed to be used by midday. There is a statue of Balto sculpted by Frederick Roth, which is in New York City Central Park.
Really?
Yes. And it was erected on December 17th. That's a good day for me. In 1925, 10 months after Balto's arrival in Nome. Balto himself was present at the monument's unveiling. The statue was located on the main path leading north from the Tisch Children's Zoo in Central Park, if you ever go. The front of the statue in front of it is a low-relief slate plaque depicting Balto's sled team and bears the following inscription. Dedicated to the indomitable spirit of the sled dogs that relayed antitoxin 600 miles over rough ice, across treacherous waters, through the Arctic blizzards, from Niana to the relief of stricken Nome in the winter of 25.
Whoa.
Endurance, fidelity, intelligence.
These dogs had to go 600 miles?
A lot, yeah. Different. Well, that's why they're different teams.
Whoa.
They're different teams. There were several movies. Disney made a movie about Balto. Yeah, so he was the dog, so they couldn't get the antitoxins through. Had it not been for these courageous mushers, but the dogs.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Isn't it?
Good for him. I hope he enjoyed a nice retirement after that.
He did.
good.
So, these are animals that have contributed. He saved countless lives. I want to talk about another animal, Morris the cat. He was a large orange tabby tomcat. Morris the cat got the dubious title of being the world's most finicky cat.
Most finicky. Well, I think a lot of cats are pretty finicky.
Cats are pretty finicky.
They are.
But Morris only ate 9 Lives cat food, and making his presence clear, he had this sardonic voiceover in the commercial, and he just had this voice, and he owned being, I'm finicky, I'm pampered, screw you. Give me my 9 lives. Every can of 9 Lives features Morris's quote-unquote signature. 3 different cats have played Morris the cat. The original Morris was discovered in 1968 at the Hinsdale Humane Society, a Chicago area animal shelter where they found the first
shelter
He was a
kitty.
shelter cat by professional animal handler Bob Martwick. The invention for the Leo Burnett Advertising Company where Martwick worked, Morris was featured in 58 television commercials, which aired, no wonder, from 69 to 78.
That's why
That's
I never
why.
heard of him.
Yeah. I'm all like, Shannon, you remember Morris? Crickets. Yeah. No, yeah. That could be why. I didn't realize it was so early. I thought it was in the
before my
80s.
time.
Yeah, rub it in.
Sorry.
Okay. John Irwin provided the voiceover for the cat. Morris won 2 Patsy Awards. Patsy Awards are the award for animal performers in film and television.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. Thank you.
In 72 and 73. The original Morris died in 1978 in his naive Chicago of old age. So Morris was the spokesman, and after 9 Lives started airing that commercial, that put 9 Lives and cat food on the map.
Okay.
Because before that, cat food, dog food was starting to become popular. But once Morris came, and those commercials, if you ever get a chance to YouTube them, are adorable. Morris, it was just very, very sweet. Very sweet. So I grew up watching Morris. I love Morris.
Okay. That explains a lot. Well, you've got kitty cat on your shirt. That kind of looks like Morris, actually.
It does a little bit. This is the shirt you bought me. This is a different cat. But yeah, Morris was a big fluffy tabby. He was very cute.
Okay.
Very sweet.
Nice.
Okay, while we're talking about cats, because I do that a lot, let's talk about a more modern cat. Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat. That I know.
Everybody knows
Love
Grumpy Cat. I have
Absolutely.
Grumpy Cat toys and things and merchandising.
Love Grumpy Cat.
Her real name was Tartar Sauce.
I love that name.
Yeah, she was named after the food, and she had feline dwarfism and an underbite, which made her have this grumpy appearance.
Yeah.
Her Facebook page had more than 8 million likes. She was on the cover of New York Magazine. She has her own wax statue at Madame Tussauds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she starred in Honey Nut Cheerio commercials. She had a different range appearing in The Bachelorette, WWE's Monday Night Raw, Time Magazine for a photo shoot.
Oh, my goodness.
She became the official spokescat of Friskies. She was flown first class to New York, where she got a hotel room with her own king-size bed and a personal
for crying
assistant.
out loud.
Yeah. She was voiced over by Aubrey Plaza for a Lifetime movie. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. I mean, she really, For a cat that suffered from dwarfism and an underbite, also a shelter animal. Look where she wound up, showing that, and Morris was a shelter cat. See, these are stories, that's why we tell them, because these were shelter cats. And they wound up being household names and really being spokes cats and spokes cats for food and just being very iconic.
See, there's hope for Franklin.
There's always hope, and you know,
If he wasn't such an asshole.
Don't shop, adopt. No, he's not. He's an ankle biter. I have the marks to prove it. But these are the animals that are overlooked and need our help.
Yeah. Can I tell you a funny story?
Please do.
Now, I know he's not dead. Of course, this is my Franklin, my little min pin, who's a rescue, who hates everyone, right?
Yes.
Hates everyone except me
You
and Rich.
Yeah.
And our two other min pins. So when I take him on a walk at up in Hyde Park, he hates everyone at the park.
Okay, of course he does.
He's an asshole pretty much the entire walk,
Okay.
and an embarrassment, and it's a lot. But I like to take the dogs on walks. So anyway, up in the one park in Hyde Park, there's they have goats. They've employed goats to help.
Oh,
chew
yeah,
the
yeah, I've
grass,
heard of it. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's this fence, and the goats hang out, and
They eat poison ivy and other
they
things
eat all
too.
that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, I heard that.
so Franklin goes over where I'm like, you guys want to go see the goats? Let's go see the goats. And of course, I hold Franklin back, but Franklin loves the goats. No barking, no growling. He goes nose to nose. He's giving them kisses, and I'm like, what the?
Does he like big dogs? Dogs that are big? No.
No.
So
But he
it's not
loves the
because of the
goats.
size. It's not because they're bigger than him.
No, they're just laying
likes
there on the
goats.
fence. They're looking at him. They're all like getting along just fine. I'm like, what the? Huh? So he's a goat whisperer.
I didn't know that.
I
So you
know.
should take him more often. Are the goats
I
there a
know.
lot?
Yeah, they're still there.
So you should. That's funny. I
You
know. I
want to
didn't
go
know
hang
that.
out with the goat? He was so nice to the
I didn't know
goats,
that.
but an asshole to literally everything else.
Yeah. Well, he's
Very
trying.
well,
He's
yeah.
taking cheese from me. He's trying.
Yeah.
I still have 9 fingers, but you know that's okay.
Anyway, sorry.
okay.
So shelter animals need our love and they need our understanding.
Adopt,
And-
don't shop.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to talk about Caligula, the guy, because he, you know who I'm talking about, Caligula? The guy with the good handwriting? Oh, that's calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Caligula was a senator in ancient Greece.
Okay.
That guy.
Okay.
Real jerk.
Okay.
Real disgusting human being. We're not going to talk about him.
Okay.
We're going to talk about his horse.
His horse.
We're going to talk about his horse, which I can never pronounce because my pronunciation is so bad. Iticus. I think it's pronounced Iticus.
Okay.
He made his horse senator.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. He made the horse senator.
Did the horse
By-
vote?
Didn't have to. By bestowing a high public office on his horse, Caligula aimed to show his underlings that their work was so meaningless that an animal can do it.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, horses are hardworking animals, though.
Insidicus, yeah, it means swift or at full gallop in Latin.
Uh-huh.
He was the favorite horse of the Roman Emperor Caligula.
Okay.
Okay, 37 to 41. All right, AD. All right,
You mean BC?
BCE,
BC.
ADE, BCE, A B C D E F G, Aleph Bet Gimel Dalet Hey. Okay. According to legend, Caligula planned to make the horse a consul, although ancient sources are clear that this never occurred. So supposedly, Insidicus had 18 servants for himself. He lived in a marble stable. He walked in a harness decorated with rare and special stones and jewels.
Oh my.
And of course was dressed in purple, which is the color of royalty.
Yeah.
And he ate from an ivory manger.
Well, excuse me.
Okay. Scholars suggested that the treatment of Insidicus by Caligula was an elaborate prank intended to ridicule and provoke the Senate rather than a sign of insanity on Caligula's behalf.
Maybe he just really loved his horse.
It could be that. It could be that he was a nut. We don't know. Or it was perhaps a form of satire with the implication that a horse could perform a senator's duty.
I mean,
So,
look at our current Senate, and I'm not sure that that's not correct.
Look, if I had the money to let my cats eat out of ivory food bowls or whatever, I might. I don't know. I just wanted to give mention to Caligula was a disgusting human being.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to talk about his horse.
So, okay.
Because a horse is you're not going to get this one either. A horse is a horse, of course.
Oh,
of
no,
course.
that's Mr. Ed. I know that.
You knew Mr. Ed, but you didn't know Morris the cat.
Well, Mr. Ed
Okay.
is on reruns. Morris the Cat is not.
Okay, never mind. Mr. Ed was like in black and white, but Okay, never
So
mind. I'm
years
confused.
ago, my first miniature pinscher that I had, and I could talk about her because she's dead. Her name was Ginger, and Ginger. One year, I decided to run this campaign during the presidential election of Ginger for president, and
Got my vote.
yeah. Well, apparently she got a couple of votes because I was just like,
Did
what?
she ever become president?
No,
Oh,
sadly.
okay.
But she got at least 2 votes.
Okay.
I know one of my friends is like, I voted for Ginger. I wrote
would-
her in.
I
I was
would
like, I
vote
wrote
for
her in
Ginger.
too.
Okay.
But anyway, so it was this whole campaign of
Ginger for president.
Ginger for president, and my friend's terrier as vice president, Spartan. And yeah, we ran this whole little campaign.
That's adorable.
Yes, but
Okay.
she was a good dog. Ginger the Ninja.
Aww.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she was a sweetheart. We loved her very much.
A min pin too, I
She
presume.
was, she was our very first min pin.
Aw.
Yeah, she was great. She was red, like Franklin.
Yeah.
Small and feisty, and we used to. She had diabetes, so she got insulin shots.
Yeah.
And she would bark if God forbid you forgot it was insulin time. She'd stand by the fridge and bark.
Oh, she
bark,
would
bark.
know.
She knew, yeah.
See?
Because she would get shot. She would get a shot, and she would get a slice of hot dog.
There you go.
So we used to say that she had Tourette's because she would just like start randomly barking. So we're like, she has Tourette's syndrome. So we were always saying that Ginger was barking, but she was actually saying, "Shit, fuck damn, shit, fuck damn, shit, fuck damn."
Where's my hot dog?
So that was Ginger.
Aw,
Ginger the
sorry.
Ninja. She was a good
Yeah,
girl. Yeah, she
yeah.
lived a good long life. Yeah.
Animals leave paw prints on your heart.
Oh my God.
So,
Yeah. It's true.
anybody who's had animals or lives with them knows.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So now I want to talk about chimps. Chimps that, not just any chimps that go into space.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because before humans went into space in the 1960s, several other animals were launched into space, including other primates, so that scientists could investigate the biological effects of spaceflight.
Okay.
So the United States launched flights containing primate passengers primarily between 48 and 61, with a flight in 69 and 185. France launched 2 monkey-carrying flights in 67. The Soviet Union and Russia also launched monkeys between 83 and 96.
Wasn't a dog launched too?
Probably.
I think it was in Russia.
Primates, sometimes they gave them a little anesthetization before liftoff, but they're closely related to us, so
Sure.
they wanted a test. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's another story. Overall, 32 non-human primates flew into the space program. None flew more than once.
Okay.
Numerous backup primates also went through the program but never flew. Monkeys and non-human apes from several species were used. They would use rhesus macaw, crab-eating macaw, squirrel monkeys. Chimpanzees Ham and Enos also flew in the Mercury program, with Ham becoming the first great ape, or hominid. I can't read, I can't spell.
What?
Hominidae in space. If people want to correct me, please call in right now, because you're not listening to me live. Okay, the names Sam and Ham are acronyms. Sam, they named the monkey Sam because of the School of Aerospace Medicine at Brooks Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
And Ham was taken from the Holloman Airspace Medicine at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam and Ham, and then you have Ham and Enos, and they were among 60 chimpanzees brought to New Mexico by the U.S. Air Force for space flight testing.
Oh my.
Before them, other monkeys were orbited, but unfortunately, they didn't survive.
Oh, no.
So I wanted to pay homage to monkeys launched chimps into space.
Oh.
I know, right? And I, okay. So we talked about dogs and cats and chimps and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not going to talk about lions and tigers and bears. I do
Okay.
want to talk about pandas.
Pandas.
Panda diplomacy.
Panda. Oh yes, that's a thing. Yeah.
Isn't that?
Although we're losing our pandas, right?
God.
China's like, we're taking our
Another
pandas
story.
back.
Well, panda diplomacy is the practice of sending giant pandas from China to other countries as a tool of diplomacy.
Yeah.
From 41 to 84, China gifted pandas to other countries. After a change in policy in 84, pandas were leased instead of gifted.
Okay.
When President Nixon visited China in 72, Mao Zedong promised to send 2 pandas to the American Zoo. Exchange for that, Nixon gifted 2 musk oxens to the Chinese people. The mutual gifts illustrated the growing diplomacy and the diplomatic growing relationships between China and the U.S. at that time.
Okay.
Despite the long history of panda diplomacy, the arrival of pandas in 72 marked the first time a panda had been in the United States in over 20 years. Upon the pandas' arrival in 72, First Lady Pat Nixon donated them to the National Zoo in D.C., where she welcomed them in an official ceremony.
Okay.
Over 20,000 people visited the pandas the very first day they were on display.
I bet.
And an estimated 1.1 million visitors came to see them the first year they were in the United States. Couldn't see a panda.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? We didn't have social media. It's hard. The pandas were wildly popular, and China's gift was seen as an enormous diplomatic success, evidence of China's eagerness to establish official relationships with the United States.
Cool.
Some people send flowers, some people send chocolate.
panda.
Panda.
Sounds good to me.
It was so successful that British Prime Minister Edward Heath asked for pandas for the United Kingdom during a visit to China in 74. So pandas Chia Chia and Ching Ching arrived at the London Zoo a few weeks later. And the pandas gifted to the United States would later be an inspiration for the logo on the Wild Wildlife Fund.
Oh, yes.
That they were the inspiration for that logo.
Aw.
Okay. So
Nice.
we have pandas.
Okay.
What's after pandas? Not lions and tigers and bears, but whales.
Whales. Oh.
A whale of a story.
Oh, man. Have you ever watched Blackfish? Don't. You
Okay.
will fucking cry.
No, I can't do. I can't watch Old Yeller. I can't do things like that.
you
Yeah,
will
don't. I cannot.
Fucking cry.
I am not capable of any of them. Warhorse. Or I just can't do any of those.
I can't go to SeaWorld. I will never go to SeaWorld.
Well, that's
never.
that's where I'm going with this. That's
Fuck
where I'm-
SeaWorld.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, okay, good.
Because I'm going to talk about Shamu. Shamu, we don't know when Shamu was born, but passed on August 16th of 71. She was a female orca captured in October 65 from a southern resident pond. She was sold to SeaWorld in San Diego and became a star attraction. Shamu was the fourth orca ever captured and the second female.
Mm-hmm.
She died in 71 after about 6 years of captivity. After her death, the name Shamu continued to be used in SeaWorld, as in SeaWorld Shamu shows, for different orcas in different SeaWorld parks.
Yeah.
She was retired from performing after an incident on April 19th of 71, where she bit the legs and the hips of Antoinette Eckes, a SeaWorld employee, who was told to ride her as part of a film publicity event. Shamu refused to release the woman until other workers came to her rescue and pried the orca's jaws apart with a pole. Now, the employee had been asked to ride Shamu while wearing a bikini and had not known that the orca had previously attacked people who wore ordinary bathing suits and was only conditioned to perform with trainers wearing wetsuits.
Right. So they look black and yeah.
So wetsuits versus bathing suits. So they had her in a bathing suit, which Shamu couldn't deal with. She was used to she was okay with wetsuits.
Yeah.
Shamu had also been showing signs of erratic behavior and being upset just before the incident. So she had a problem, and now they have her with a trainer that's wearing something unfamiliar that sets her off.
Yeah.
She died about 4 months later in August 16th of 71. Okay, so now is the time when, like you, I get on my soapbox about cruelty to animals and animals in captivity.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. Get off the whale's head. She's not your surfboard.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
She is not a surfboard. Okay.
Right.
I am not a fan of animals being used in the circus.
Nope.
Or for your entertainment. I wouldn't jump through a hoop of fire. Why would you make a bear or a lion do it?
Right. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Animal crackers, the box of animal. Thank God they finally took the bars off. I don't know if you've noticed their packaging and their merchandising.
Oh, I haven't.
Initially, they were circus animals behind bars, and now they are free, even on the box of crackers. Yeah, on their box.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm all about conservation of a species. I understand what the word extinct means. I understand what the word, endangered mean. Yeah. Okay. But using them for sport or live entertainment. I don't know. Morris was taken out of his shelter, treated like royalty. A Grumpy Cat was taken out of his shelter, treated like royalty.
Yeah.
If you take an animal out of a shelter and you give them the best possible life possible is one thing.
Yeah.
To keep them in captivity their entire life and use them for exploiting is something I can't be okay with. I understand conservation. You go to some of these places, they're animal conservation. The animals get better medical care than most people I know.
Sure, yeah.
And they're living as if they're in the wild, and they can't be released back to the wild for whatever reason.
Right.
I mean, I understand to an extent.
And they're used as educational tools as opposed to
Entertainment.
circus acts.
Yeah, and so I wanted to, we talk a lot about dead people who have contributed either in a positive way or in a not so positive way and serve as a bad example. All these animals have served as an example
Yes.
of companionship, of learning, of helping. Where would those people in Alaska have been if it wasn't for Balto?
Sure.
Where would 9 Lives be if it wasn't for Mars? But that's just something that I thought I wanted to go out on something different with our 4-legged friends.
Right. Well, except for the whale doesn't have 4 legs. There's that.
Animal icons. Well, that's
Animal
true.
icons,
Yeah, animal icons.
Yeah.
Most of them. Well, yeah, chimps
all
don't
have
have
tails.
chimps are different. But I wanted to go with our animal icons. Most of them are our furry 4-legged
We
friends.
talk about dead
but
people all the time, so
We talk about dead people all the time.
Yeah.
I thought we would. I was like.
pay tribute to the animals.
It's like, I'm not going to call this all my favorite animals are dead. That's wrong on so many levels. I wanted to call it animal icons who have contributed, who are no longer with us.
Crossed over the rainbow bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
And may their memories be for a blessing as well.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
animals leave paw prints on our heart. And,
do.
adopt, don't shop. Go to your local shelter. And
don't go to SeaWorld.
and
Jesus fucking Christ.
Save 2 lives, theirs and yours.
Yes. Okay.
So, and if you can't adopt, donate or volunteer.
Volunteer to
or,
animal shelter.
Yeah, do
Take
something
animals
positive.
for walks and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So
Sounds
I wanted to give a positive shout out to all our animal friends.
Yay. I like it.
And that's all I got today, folks.
That's it, folks. You heard it here first.
You heard it here from Shannon Butler and
Sue Teresi.
who are telling you everything you need to know on our educational, informative,
And
fun, silly podcast of All My Favorite People
and animals
Are Dead. See you, breathers.
Bye.
Summer smart and brave, well it doesn't really matter, we all end up in the grave. All my favorite people are dead.